So the homie Prodigy of Mobb Deep allegedly had a list, an Illuminati list, and we finna get into it. Tap in. What's happening, people? It's the homies, Mr. 400, coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Mr. Reacts. One-time salute to all the subscribers, wherever you at, all around the world, new and old. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe, baby. Join the team. Look, as always, gotta salute my cast, man, my homies, Zenfi369, Mr. Dubbins, Jazz, Nico, straight off the Ave, man. Let's do it. Yeah, that way. So look, man, the video I'm finna bring to y'all is coming from Culture Covered. Shout out Culture Covered. And yeah, without further ado, bro, let's get to it.
You know what I mean? I believe definitely maybe some of these label heads, like major labels and like major corporate companies, might have something to do with it, and they, you know, might be involved with the agenda,
to say the least. According to the Clark County Medical Examiner, Prodigy, one half of Mobb Deep, choked on an egg while at the hospital getting treated for a flare.
And now, like, I talked to Noriega this morning, he was like, okay, I realized this. I realized that I really don't feel Prodigy died from choking on an egg.
Jay-Z ain't had to say when it was on, and he was getting dissed. Him and Nas. Mobb Deep and Biggie were the only one.
I'm gonna be the first to say, bro, I don't believe he choked on no egg, bro. I feel like that was some bullshit. I feel like that was some shit to say, to kind of like tarnish, because like P was looked at as like a thorough dude, like Mobb Deep, you feel me? So I feel like for him to pass choking on an egg, allegedly, you feel me? They knew what they was doing, but that's just me. Tap in.
Ones from New York active in that situation. So Jay-Z is a bitch for making that quote in his lyrics.
Prodigy of Mobb Deep wasn't just a rap legend. He was also one of the most outspoken and controversial figures when it came to exposing the dark side.
Beyonce ain't no rock star, is she? She ain't a rock star, is she? I don't know why she throwing up them horns like that, like she finna rock out, you feel me? Like she the lost member of Kiss or some ish, you feel me? Let's go.
Of the music industry, and many fans believe this cost him his life. See, the comment Prodigy made in his final interview and also the tweets he shared in the months leading up to his bizarre death raised more questions than answers. And the reason I'm calling it a bizarre death is because Prodigy passed when he choked on an egg while in the hospital. Well, at least that's the official story. But most fans never bought this version of events, especially after they started digging deeper into Prodigy's comments about the Illuminati and the people who control the music industry. Before he passed, Prodigy was dropping bombs on social media, speaking out against the system. And he even went so far as to suggest that some of the biggest names in hip-hop, yes, including Jay-Z, were involved in a secret society where their role is to push a certain agenda to the public. But that's not all. Prodigy also hinted at something even more sinister, claiming there were disturbing organized crimes happening within the entertainment world, targeting the most innocent. So what's the real story behind Prodigy's passing? Was he a victim of those same people he was exposing? And what exactly did he reveal in his final interview? Let's break it down.
I still had no fear in my heart, you know, about speaking my mind and letting people know what time it is. There's no reason for me to fear, because it's really nothing. There's nothing they can do besides it, and I'm not afraid of that. Doing all this ritualistic and rituals on little, you know, they doing their little kids doing satanic rituals. Like, this stuff is really going on in this world. Like, you know what I mean? You got you know, sick people like Jeffrey Dahmer and different people like that. And I believe that it was a different background to it, why he was doing what he was doing. I think it was some ritualistic things going on.
Absolutely. They said
Back in 2007, while Prodigy was still behind bars doing a 3.5-year bid for possession, he shook things up in a major way. Right before dropping HNIC Part 2, he put out an open letter aimed at Jay-Z and made some cryptic but heavy accusations hinting that Jay might be connected to a secret society, feeding into the whole Illuminati theory. In fact, many believe Prodigy was the one who really put hip-hop into the whole Illuminati conversation, and he actually started speaking on it way back in the 90s when
Illuminati were my mind, soul, and my body.
most people had never even heard the word Illuminati in connection to rap music. Prodigy had been dropping bars about the Illuminati way before most rappers even knew what it was. Back in 1995, on LL Cool J's I Shot You remix, he rapped, "Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically on the G.O.D." Fast forward to 2008, and he took things to a whole new level with his track Illuminati, where he spits, "This is not a theory, the conspiracy is real. They want to put me in a straitjacket in a padded room and tell the world there's 12 monkeys so they can be confused." Prodigy made it clear that in his eyes, the industry wasn't just about music. It was about power, control, and forces moving behind the scenes. And he stayed on that wave all the way up to his final album, Hegelian Dialectic, The Book of Revelation, which dropped on January 20th, 2017, exactly 5 months before his mysterious death on June 20th. Now, I'm going to break down the strange circumstances around his passing in a second. But first, let's talk about that open letter Prodigy wrote from prison, where he called out Jay-Z for being part of the Illuminati. In that letter, Prodigy laid everything out, how he experienced an awakening in 1996 and realized it's all a sham. He exposed what he believed was a deeper system at play, not just in music, but in government, religion, and society as a whole. Prodigy wrote, "The government, religions, politics, the Federal Reserve, IRS, and everything we believe and live by is a joke." And then he went straight at Jay-Z and claimed that Hov was in the know but chose to keep quiet and play the game. Jay-Z knows the truth, but he chose sides with evil in order to be accepted in the corporate. Prodigy wrote, "Jay-Z conceals the truth from the black community and the world and promotes the lifestyle of the beast instead." But P didn't stop there. He also promised to keep exposing the truth until they took him out, and said he would relentlessly attack Jay-Z, Illuminati, and any and every other evil that exists until my lights are put out. He also added,
This is the same type of ish that Kanye be on. As wild as Jay is, like, this the same type of ish, you know, when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce and the industry in general. You know, sold my soul for a crappy deal. Like, the decline of Kanye came after his mother. And then, of course, you know, all the deeper things, you know, the Illuminati conspiracies and ish around him, around Jay-Z, you know, started to get real crazy after that. You feel me? It's crazy, right? Let's get back to it.
"I fear nothing and no one. I'm fearless because the truth has set me free from the Illuminati mental enslavement, and I have been empowered by God and universe." Now, to be fair, Prodigy did later clear the air and say he didn't actually believe Jay-Z was part of the Illuminati, but he never backed down on the idea that the Illuminati is very real.
I read some of your letters, man, because, you know, a lot of them hit the internet, man. One of the things you were talking about a lot while you were in prison was a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff, Illuminati stuff. Do you still believe that?
Yeah.
First of all, a lot of people, there's a lot of talk of Illuminati, like there's certain rappers in the Illuminati, you know, Jay-Z, Kanye, and so. Do you believe that they're rappers in the Illuminati?
Nah.
You don't believe that? Okay.
I believe that he believed that, but he ain't want to say he believed that at the particular time, especially, you know what I'm saying? We know why he ain't want to give that information out, because clearly, why would you write that? You wrote those letters in a time where I feel like maybe he felt he might not make it out of prison, so let me just do this, you feel me, to get this off my chest type ish. Then he got out of prison. You feel me? And look, the rest is history. Let's go.
So how do you see sort of the role that these conspiracy theories play? Like how is the black community being controlled through that stuff?
Just through food, you know, the environment, you know, medication, you know, branding. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of, you can go down the whole line. It's a whole web, network of things. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I believe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he not wrong, man. We the ones with the sauce. We the ones they, look to for the fashion. We the ones they look to for the sounds. We the ones they look to for, the next new wave, the next new. We got the drip. Shout out to that, man. Round of applause for us as black people. Let's go.
People are definitely being manipulated. You know what I mean? It's a business.
And what can you do as an artist? What can we do as media to change that?
We could, just be rebellious and speak about it. Yeah, say something.
All right, now let's get into the real combo, Prodigy's death. This one still has hip-hop heads deep in speculation because a lot of fans believe it wasn't just some tragic accident. Because when you've been exposing the industry's puppet masters and calling out the celebs who play by their rules, things tend to get dangerous. See, Prodigy wasn't just casually name-dropping the Illuminati for shock value. He was out here pulling back the curtain on what he believed were hidden forces running the game. And with him making that much noise, some people think his passing might not have been so random. So Prodigy had been battling sickle cell disease for years, and at first, everyone assumed complications from that were the cause of his death. But when the official coroner's report dropped, it had nothing to do with sickle cell. Instead, they claimed Prodigy accidentally choked on a boiled egg while he was in the hospital. The whole choked on a boiled egg story had everybody scratching their heads. But then things took an even wilder turn. Prodigy's family wasn't buying it and took the fight to court. They filed a lawsuit against Spring Valley Medical Center in Vegas, claiming the hospital failed him. According to the lawsuit, the staff didn't keep his IV running properly and didn't monitor his oxygen levels like they were supposed to, even after doctors gave clear orders. And this is when the streets really started talking. Was this just medical negligence, or was there something deeper at play? Could it be that Prodigy's death wasn't just some freak accident, but something more? With the lawsuit, the hospital's alleged failures, and all that Illuminati talk surrounding him, fans can't help but question if the official story is really the full truth. And as for Jay-Z, after Prodigy's passing, Jay claimed they had already squashed their beef back in 2012. In an interview with former 2XL editor-in-chief Elliot Wilson, Jay said, "We spoke. Me and him spoke before he passed. I saw him at a club maybe 5 years ago. He just
came over. We kicked it." Is he trying to clear his name, or is he being genuine? Sound off in the comments.
Came over and we kicked it. It's just sad. Blessings to his family. It's sad. Young man. But you already know how it goes with Jay-Z and his so-called squashed beefs. No matter how cool he tries to play it, there's always that feeling like he's not keeping it all the way above. Look at DMX, for example. After X passed, Jay made it seem like there was never any real tension between them. He even blamed it on X's competitive nature, saying it was all just part of the game.
So there was a competitive thing, but it was big love. He was so competitive with me. I never met a human being more competitive with me, like ever, not even my big brother.
But let's be real. Jay was the one out here competing with everybody. DMX himself said that Jay sabotaged the release of his 6th album because he got cold feet about retiring and didn't want the competition.
But you have also said that you do suffer from bipolar disorder.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't? Because I read that somewhere.
Okay.
Hold on, let me Google
But
this
you know
right
what, though?
now.
That's what they do when they can't figure somebody out. They say he's bipolar, he got ADHD.
Yeah, a whole bunch of random letters.
Now also, Ja Rule. Did you ever have a problem with Ja Rule?
Of course we did. We know that. Everybody knows he had a problem
what was
with
the problem with Ja? Did you feel like he was stealing your style, everything?
Something like that. I'd rather not.
But you guys are gonna do an album together. Do you know how big that?
Yeah,
The Murder Inc.
You guys are like in a group.
That was Irv Gotti's idea. It was gonna be me, John, and Jay-Z.
That would
I
have been a
remember
crazy
that.
album.
You guys did one song together.
Yeah, and figured we couldn't really.
Now, whether Jay was just playing it safe or playing chess when he supposedly squashed things with Prodigy, one thing's for sure. P's fans still don't trust him. And some even believe there's more to Prodigy's untimely death than just a tragic accident. And it's not just fans who are saying this. Kanye recently brought up Prodigy's death during an interview with Candace Owens. But before people could really start dissecting what he said, YouTube took the whole interview down and even hit Candace with a 1-week suspension.
And now, like I talked to Noriega this morning, he was like, okay, I realized that I really don't feel Prodigy from choking on an egg.
Candace later addressed Kanye's comments on her show, and she even pulled up an old interview where Prodigy spoke on some wild rituals allegedly going down behind the scenes in Elite Circle.
That people don't believe that Prodigy choked on an egg. And I had no idea what he was referring to. And I just wanted to let you guys know that there was a rapper named Prodigy who began speaking out about the Illuminati. He basically said, I have this platform and I want to use my platform for good to wake up the masses to what's really going on in society. And so I am going to dig up this old clip of Prodigy right before he mysteriously choked on an egg. And he decided to speak with Alex Jones. Take a listen to what Prodigy had to say.
Yeah, they doing all this ritualistic murder and rituals on little, they molesting little kids, doing satanic sex rituals. Like, this stuff is really going on in this world. Like, on 9/11, what they did was they 20 birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to say it. You know what I mean? Because they changed all kinds of laws. They changed all kinds of they changed people's mentality, the way they look at the world. They pulled off one of the biggest ritualistic, you know what I mean? That ever happened. You know what I mean? Live for the whole world to see.
Look, the energy around that time, if you were alive, like I remember I was in school, I was in math class. We watched them planes, allegedly them planes hit. You feel me? And the energy was definitely weird. People got super like patriotic all of a sudden. Definitely a lot of laws passed. Going to the airport got a little bit, strict, a little strenuous, taking your shoes off. Got all the extra ish, like, bro, there ain't no bombs in my shoe type ish. Like, come on. Like, it started to get a little different after that. And a lot of people had this sentiment that was definitely like a mass sacrificial type of situation, and he's totally correct. It's like they definitely offed hella birds with one stone with that situation. And y'all peep how Kanye was brought up in this. I told y'all he was speaking about the same ish. If you know, you know. Let's get back to it.
So there you have it. That is Prodigy. And like I said, he then mysteriously choked on an egg. Maybe the first person in human history to have choked on an egg in some capacity after speaking out about the Illuminati.
But that's not even the craziest part. If you dig through Prodigy's old tweets, you'll see he was constantly sharing links, books, and resources for people to do their own research and connect the dots for themselves. Back in 2014, he shared an article about the UN alerting Britain over supposed child voodoo rituals and pedophile tourists. Prodigy wrote in the caption, "I told y'all MFers they doing X rituals on kids. Dumb people need to wake the F up." Prodigy was also very critical of the US government, and he constantly shared videos exposing the establishment, like this one titled "The US is a corporation, not a country." And when it came to the Illuminati, Prodigy made it clear he'd been on that wave way before it became a trending topic in hip-hop. Back in 2012, Prodigy tweeted, "The first time the word Illuminati was ever spoken in rap music was in my verse from LL Cool J's song I Shot Ya." And then he doubled down in another tweet saying, "Illuminati is preschool information to me. That's like learning your ABCs." So with all these breadcrumbs Prodigy was dropping, and then the bizarre circumstances surrounding his death, what's your take on all this? Did Prodigy know too much and get silenced? Or do you buy the official story that he simply choked on an egg in the hospital bed? Share your thoughts.
Salute the culture covered. Now look, how I feel is, or what I feel is, they silenced that man. I mean, me personally, that's my opinion. I feel like, he dropping gems. He posting links about things for you to do your own research, which a lot of people don't do. They just spew their own thoughts and or own opinions on people and expect them to just go with the flow, right? Nah, he gave them the information. Like, look it up, read this, get the knowledge. Knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. So look, that's how I feel. I feel like they silenced the man. Not only was he putting it in his raps, like listen to his last album that she spoke of. You feel me? He been putting this ish. He made sure his last album was a message. You feel me? And rest in peace to Prodigy. One of my favorite MCs, the HNIC's one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. Still knocks. The energy of that album is the first one. The energy of that album is look, P in his prime, you feel me? Definitely a legend. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Rest in peace to DMX. You feel me? And yeah, if you made it to this point in the video, sign off in the comments, get the dialogue, get the dialogue going. I like when y'all get to talking amongst yourselves, going back and forth. You feel me? Keep it respectful to each other. You feel me? And yeah, man. Look, you made it to this point in the video. Go ahead, give us a like and subscribe, tap in, join the team, salute all the subscribers. We trying to get the live streams going. We just lost Unc. That was Zenfi's father. Zenfi's father just passed. And things just got a little shaken up right when we start moving. You feel me? She got her set. You feel me? She got everything right. A low blow. You feel me? That, you know, kind of threw things off, but I'ma hold it down. Dub, me and Dub, you know, everybody. Like I'm finna hold it down. Point blank. Period. You feel me? So yeah, tap in. Thinking about doing some live streams with myself. If you guys have any videos, any topics, send them to the Instagram or the Facebook page, and it may make the show, man. It may make the show. But yeah, it's the homies, Mr. 400. This has been Mr. Reacts. Thank you for tuning in. I'm signing out. Peace and love wherever you at, all around the world. Owie.